Hello all, I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be starting a new chapter. Previously we learned that Sri Ram did not send Mata to forest forcefully as fabricated by media, and he was in constant touch with Mata. He used to visit Luv and Kush often in the forest. Moving on to chapter 20, the education of Luv and Kush. Part 1. Soma continues to narrate. For the first few years after the birth of her children, Mata fully immersed herself in caring for them. Sri Ram came from time to time to visit, and these were very happy years. As soon as the children could crawl, they started exploring the forest floor, picking up little creatures to examine them and touching all the plants. She wanted them to feel part of and to love the natural world. She also wanted them to develop courage and strength. So she would allow them to encounter the larger forest creatures while in her presence, to climb the boulders and trees, and to embark on all kind of adventures. I would often be fearful of the possible dangers, but she would calm me and say, "They are Ram's children. They must come to know their potential." This was the education she gave them in their early years. Our idyllic life changed as people began to visit Mata with their problems and questions. One day, a sage turned up from a faraway village. He was very knowledgeable about the plant medicines and wanted to alert Mata to the fact that some of the plants that had been used for ages to heal certain imbalances in the body were becoming scarce. He mentioned one in particular. "That plant grows in Upton's here," Mata told him. "Let us go in search of it, and you can take some of its seeds back home." So they went into the forest. When they didn't return after several hours, I became worried. Just before sunset, they returned with Mata's basket full of plants. "You found what you were looking for," I said with a sigh of relief. Mata shook her head. "He is right. That plant has completely disappeared. It was nowhere to be found. Very strange. But I found its relative, which should have the same beneficial qualities." Later, I asked her why the plant they were looking for had disappeared. She said, "The conditions of all these forests are changing. Many species will disappear, but new one will arise. That is the beauty of Vasundharama. Her world is one of infinite variety and surprise, ever changing to suit the changing times. When I was searching for that particular plant, I heard Vasundharama tell me that its potency had begun to weaken, and so she allowed it to die off. A new branch of its family could now flourish, one that effectively could treat the bodily imbalances that are becoming more common. We now have a new variety to befriend and come to know." The sage returned to his village, greatly relieved that he could continue to treat the people in need. After we had been in the forest for a number of years, the sage Chandrika came to visit with her young son. Mata was overcome with joy to see her and very touched that she had undertaken the long journey on her own with the child. "How could I not come, Mata, when you have given me the great blessing of a son?" Mata gazed at the young one and smiled. "He was a good man, Chandrika, but had the weakness of pride. What Shurpanakha did was to bring out that weakness. He has learned his lesson. But there will be a karmic test when he grows older. He will be tempted again, but this time he will resist. He will not abandon you, but will follow the ascetic path until the end of his life, and he will achieve the realization that evaded him in the past birth." Pranaming before Mata, Chandrika replied, "I can never express the gratitude I feel for you, that you have given him a chance to return to the path of Dharma, and for giving me the opportunity to support him thoroughly through my love. It gives me joy to see the steadiness and clarity of your love, which is not shadowed by personal desire, but it is pure and unconditional. You are a model of forgiveness arising out of true compassion, and you never lost your dignity, Chandrika. It is your love that has earned him this opportunity to make amends, and it is a testament to the fact that love can moderate karmic conditions. Never falter on your path, Chandrika, for by your example, you will bring much benefit to the world. Chandrika stayed with us for several days. Mata could see that there was something else on her mind and requested that she speak freely. I am saddened, Mata, by your separation from Sri Ram, she said hesitantly. People are saying that it was Sri Ram who sent you away. Why must you suffer further? You are the essence of purity and goodness. This was the first we heard of such talk, and it shocked me. But Mata seemed unperturbed. I began to protest, but Mata gave me a glance indicating I should not respond. She replied softly, There is no separation, Chandrika. Those who see one do not see the truth. Were Ram and I not one, this would not have come to be. He is as much in me and I in him, as if we were living side by side. We must show the world that separation is only in the mind. We must not make separation from Parabrahma, the one supreme God, and separation from the natural world of reality. If we do, then begins the downfall of humankind. And people who say such things, they do not know Ram. It is not possible for him to depart from Dharma, even in the slightest manner. A husband who sends his wife away is not living the life of Dharma. So how can this be? Ram is the essence of love. There is no Dharma without love. Ignore such talk, Chandrika. It is not worthy of a response. Mata fell silent as she looked off into the distance. She continued in a strange voice. People will always say that Sita was a helpless victim, kidnapped by Ravan. Those who will say this do not know Sita. For I am neither helpless nor a victim. What took place in Panchavati was by my own choosing. Had I not gone voluntarily into the demon realm, the great war could not have taken place. The world would still be under threat, and Ravan would not have been freed from his demon life. No, Chandrika, there is much that people do not know, and it is better that way, for such things are difficult to understand, even for the sages. A great relief came over Chandrika's face. Mata, you have lifted the last burden from my mind. Mata embraced her and said, Go, Chandrika, and be an example to the world of what a woman abandoned by her husband and society can achieve. Show the world how you brought him back to the path of Dharma so that he never abandons a woman again. This is what Ram and I ask of you. Jai Shri Ram. New beginning, new thinking. Let me know what you are thinking. Jai Shri Ram.